Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's just turned 12:23 p.m. according to a computer clock on Friday, April 10, 2015. And this is my reaction to Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal episode number 19. Okay, I'm trying to figure out exactly where in the original anime, like the equivalent part of the original anime. We know in episode 18, Chibiusa had sneaked into Usagi's room and stolen her crystal. That would seem to be the equivalent of Sailor Moon R, episode number 27, or episode 14 of the romance portion, which originally aired on November 6th, 1993. And then the next episode, okay, that episode was a UFO appears, the Sailor Warriors are abducted. So they're doing they did the abduction all at once in the original anime. But after that, let me see. Okay, this episode involves the travel through the time and space corridor, and we see Sailor Pluto for the first time, like introduced as an actual character. This seems to be okay. This seems to be the equivalent of two very separate episodes from the original anime. There was episode number 29, or 16 of Romance, that originally aired on November 20th, 1993. This is the one where Sailor Pluto first appears, but it's like she appears to them way before they ever journey through the time corridor. It's like they have to go into a dream to wake Chibiusa up. That's not present in Crystal, obviously. This episode seems to mostly be based on episode number 37, Journey to the Future, Battle in the Space-Time Corridor. This episode originally aired in Japan on January 22nd, 1994. This is the one where they actually go through a time corridor. They, meet Sailor Pluto and all of that. And the episode ended when they arrived in Crystal Tokyo. But this episode of Crystal goes further into the next episode of the original anime, where they meet, where they see Neo Queen Serenity, and they meet King Endymion. This is a problem for me because, and it was a problem in the original anime as well, and obviously in the manga too. They traveled to the future. They took themselves out of the present time and went into the future. They should not be able to see their future selves. It's like they would have changed the future. Yeah, change the future. It seems kind of strange when they probably couldn't care less about the future, but it's like Neo Queen Serenity would have been wiped out. King Endymion would have been wiped out. Crystal Tokyo would have been wiped out. There would have been nothing there. Chibiusa would have been wiped out of existence. I don't see why Sailor Pluto would allow them to pass and to go into the future. And why would they still be there? Why would the future still be as it was? I mean, are they going by the assumption that everyone's going to return to the present time safely? Which they will, of course, but that hasn't happened yet. Also, keep in mind that when they return to the present time, this was their only journey into the future as far as I remember. Once they return to the present time, we know everything's going to turn out fine. So, if this future is based on the idea that they return home safely, why isn't everything fine? Is it because they're still fighting enemies from the future in the present time after they go back, so things are still, things can still keep changing? Time travel gives me such a headache. I don't like it. I just don't like it as a storytelling tool. Of course, then that's what this entire story arc is about. It's time travel. Have you ever stopped to consider how the original timeline played out? Seriously, think about this. Whichever continuity that you want to follow, how did the original timeline play out? Assuming Chibiusa never went back in time. I mean, before she decided to go back in time, and alter the past, or as we see it, the present. How did things originally play out? Did a bunch of nothing occur until, the Death Busters showed up eventually? I mean, did the Sailor Senshi just kind of fart around until then? I mean, Chibiusa changed history by coming back in time, and then the Black Moon came after her. All of this stuff that happens in R, or in Crystal as we're watching it now, originally didn't happen in the original timeline. The Sailor Senshi never learned of Chibiusa. They never learned of Crystal Tokyo and what will become of them someday. They just had to keep living their normal lives until the next threat came along. Has this ever been explored? Has anyone ever really thought about it? I mean, besides me. But anyway, to get back on track, the episode is good for what it is. I like seeing Sailor Pluto. We got 1 hour Senshi. We need the others now. So the episode extends into, I guess, episode 38 from the original anime. I don't have the list for that episode up, but yeah. So right now they're in the future, in the 30th century. It's weird that they still kept it the 30th century. I keep thinking they should have updated it to 31st, but whatever. But overall, yeah, it's a good episode. Mostly just because I like seeing Sailor Pluto. and it's gruesome too. All those bodies just lying around on the ground. Jeez. But anyway, good episode. Check it out. It's 12:33 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.